Okay, let's truly unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to sift through some really fascinating sources, pull out the insights that matter, and, well, help you navigate these pretty profound times we're in. Today, we're embarking on a, I think, particularly significant deep dive. We're looking at a remarkable message. It's from the Pleiadian Council of Light, channeled via Riva on the Galactic Whisper channel. Our mission here isn't just, reading it aloud. It's really to decode it, to understand these powerful cosmic shifts, these personal transformations that are described as unfolding right now, especially through this potent August gateway. Think of this as your essential cosmic guide, a lens maybe to help navigate the energies, the opportunities that are detailed in these compelling sources.
Yeah, and what's truly insightful about the source material, I find, is how it directly bridges these, let's say, abstract, high-frequency cosmic events with the very real, very tangible experiences we might be feeling individually, and even things we might be observing in global dynamics. So we're going to explore how these described energies are said to be impacting both our intricate inner worlds and the sprawling collective human experience. It's about offering a coherent framework, maybe, for understanding what might otherwise feel like just overwhelming chaos or fragmentation, making sense of the unseen forces shaping our reality. That's the goal.
Right. So let's begin by immersing ourselves in the description the source paints of August itself. It's really vivid. It's portrayed not just as another month, but as an expanding gateway, a vibrant cosmic dawn, even a celestial dance. I mean, that image alone is captivating, isn't it?
It really is.
A dance between these paradoxical energies. They seem to both accelerate time's passage and at the same time stretch each present moment. It sounds like an invitation, really, for us to savor the infinite potential held within every breath. But this idea, time speeding up and slowing down, it feels counterintuitive. What exactly does that dynamic interplay entail? How might you feel that duality in daily life?
That dynamic interplay is absolutely central. You're right. When the source talks about accelerating time's passage, is referring to this rapid compression of events and experiences. You might find significant life lessons, maybe karmic clearings, things that previously took years to process. Well, now they might unfold and resolve in weeks, maybe even days. It's kind of like hitting a fast-forward button on personal and collective evolution.
Wow.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the source attributes this acceleration to waves of unprecedented luminosity frequencies and photonic brilliance. Now, photonic energy in this context basically refers to light particles carrying high-frequency information, pure source energy. This intense light, it literally speeds up vibrational processes, right down at the cellular and energetic level.
So that's the speeding up part.
Exactly. But then there's the paradox, the simultaneous stretching of each present moment. This means that even as events might feel like they're rushing by, the depth available within each single moment expands. Think of it like the perfectly still eye in the center of a rapidly moving storm.
Okay, I can picture that.
So you have this opportunity for profound presence, for consciously integrating these accelerated experiences. It's not about doing more faster necessarily, but about being more fully within whatever you're doing. So yeah, while your outer world might be in rapid flux, you're invited to experience this inner spaciousness. It allows you to absorb, process, and maybe even enjoy the intensity. It's about consciously choosing to zoom in, savor the potential, even when things are moving fast. This allows for rapid evolution, but it also provides that crucial space for conscious integration, making sure we don't just pass through these shifts, but actually embody them.
And what's really fascinating is that this isn't just about what's happening right now in isolation. The source says these energies are resonating with echoes from the past, specifically connecting them to the seeds of awakening sown decades ago during the transformative era you recall as the 1960s. Those seeds, it says, are now bursting forth from the collective consciousness, blossoming like resilient wildflowers after a purifying storm. So this new intensity we're feeling, it's actually built on a foundation. Aspirations for change laid down long ago. Those calls for peace, unity, higher consciousness from that era. Now, through these frequencies, they're being amplified, brought to a much more maybe tangible fruition. It feels like a delayed harvest, but a really powerful one. A culmination of these deep-seated human desires for a better world. What does this bursting forth look like today, though?
Well, it manifests as this accelerating momentum towards unity, I think, and a real questioning of old paradigms. Think about the increasing global awareness around, say, environmental issues, social justice, even the huge interest in holistic well-being, spiritual practices. These aren't entirely new ideas, are they? They're direct descendants of those consciousness seeds from the 60s, which really emphasized interconnectedness, a holistic view.
Right, the groundwork was laid.
Exactly. And now, with this influx of higher frequencies, these ideas that were maybe once on the fringe, they're rapidly gaining mainstream traction. We're seeing more people from all sorts of backgrounds actively seeking solutions that go beyond traditional politics or economics. They're instinctively gravitating towards collaboration, shared purpose. It's like a collective memory of potential being activated, driving humanity towards its highest aspirations. Those resilient wildflowers, they're the individuals, the communities, maybe previously unseen or dismissed, now stepping up, offering alternative ways of living, organizing.
That makes sense. So it's not out of nowhere.
Not at all. And this deep connection to the past also gives context for the next layer, how each wave of photonic brilliance lovingly awakens the divine codes spiraling within your very being. Now, divine codes, for those less familiar, you can think of them as our latent spiritual blueprint, dormant capabilities within our DNA, our energetic field, our innate connection to Source. The Source explains this awakening, encourages our nervous system to embrace the vast electric flow pulsing through Gaia's crystalline matrix. Gaia's crystalline matrix. Think of it as Earth's energetic nervous system. A complex web, interconnected energy pathways, crystalline structures, Kali lines. Many traditions believe this transmits information, life force, all over the planet. It's like Earth's own superhighway of cosmic energy, if you will.
Wow. So this raises a big question then. What does this mean for our inherent connection to that universal tapestry?
It implies a biological and energetic upgrade. Our physical sensitivity, our capacity to register subtle energy fields, it's being heightened. Our nervous systems are literally recalibrating to handle and integrate higher energetic flows. This deepens our innate connection, often forgotten, maybe to the Earth's grid, and by extension, to the whole universe. It suggests a profound biological upgrade for our spiritual awareness. Our physical bodies become more efficient conduits for higher consciousness. This might show up as increased intuition, clearer insights, or maybe just a deeper sense of peace, of belonging that wasn't quite there before.
And that biological upgrade, that deeper connection, it sounds like it's driving a fundamental shift in how we see ourselves, our place in the world. The Source moves us pretty dramatically from the illusion of isolated journeys to the reality of unified consciousness. So what does this really mean for how we perceive our interactions, our collective journey?
It means moving beyond the idea that we're just separate individuals, each struggling alone on our path, to understanding that we are, in fact, interconnected, advancing together as a harmonious collective.
Like threads in a tapestry.
Exactly like threads in a tapestry. It's not just a nice philosophical concept, it's a profound shift. Moving from ego-driven individualism to recognizing our shared identity, our collective purpose, realizing the tapestry only thrives if all threads work together. This understanding, it fundamentally changes how we approach challenges. A solution for one can resonate for all.
Okay, but navigating this kind of shift, it must require a different approach.
Absolutely. And the Source offers a crucial caution here. It says, those who attempt to navigate these transformative ways with only the intellect will find themselves adrift. The rational mind, on its own, is just not enough to grasp these multidimensional shifts. Instead, it's those who embrace surrender and trust will discover that the essence of each wave carries a direct message from Source.
Surrender and trust. Not always easy.
No, but it's a powerful call. To intuition, to heart-centered knowing over pure logic or analysis, the intellect tries to categorize, control, predict based on the past, right? But these new energies demand fluidity, openness, a willingness to step into the unknown, guided by spirit. And this surrender isn't passive. It's an active choice to trust the deeper intelligence of life unfolding through you. When the Source says each wave carries a direct message from Source, it implies challenges, opportunities. They're not random. They contain wisdom, guidance, tailored for your growth and for the collective's evolution.
So pay attention to what comes up.
Exactly. And it concludes with this beautiful, empowering reminder. We implore you to feel this intimate dialogue within your heart, for you are an indispensable voice in this cosmic conversation. Meaning your individual experience, your resonance, your unique way of processing. It's not just personal. It's a vital, co-creative contribution to the whole unfolding story. Your felt experience is a piece of the puzzle, a note in the symphony.
That's a powerful place to start section 2. Building on that, The sources next address something very tangible, something we're all witnessing, often struggling with, what appears as societal fragmentation. But here's the reframe, and it's a big one. It says this fragmentation is, in truth, a sacred purification. It directly challenges the usual view of current events as crises, instead presenting them as a necessary detoxification when viewed from the perspective of the expansive heart. That's a monumental shift in perspective, isn't it? Suggesting the discord, the division, the upheaval. It's not things falling apart, but a vital purging, releasing what no longer serves.
It fundamentally asks us to change our lens, yeah. The source details how dormant energies of anger, division, and fear are being drawn upwards and outwards from the depths of the collective. Like impurities surfacing, it says, to be released into the transformative light. And what's really illuminating here is the claim that this goes beyond just emotions. It includes deeply embedded structures. It states that long-held agreements forged in secrecy, hidden agendas, inequitable systems, and unspoken vows are all being unveiled for review under August's uncompromising light.
Wow. Unveiled for review.
It implies this profound level of transparency being forced upon us. A cosmic spotlight shining into every dark corner, making it harder and harder for what's inauthentic, what's unjust, to stay hidden. Think of it like a deep spring clean for the whole planet.
So these agreements forged in secrecy, what kind of things are we talking about?
Could be anything, really. Geopolitical treaties with hidden clauses benefiting a few. Corporate deals exploiting resources or people. Even deeply ingrained social contracts that perpetuate injustice. The point is, they were built on foundations that don't align with these ascending frequencies.
Yeah.
And the message is unequivocal. No pact made in shadow can endure within these elevated frequencies.
Cannot endure.
Meaning any agreement, any system, any power dynamic built on deception, control, lack of integrity, it simply can't withstand the intensity, the purity of these new energies. The light is literally dissolving the shadows, not through force, but just through vibrational incompatibility. It's a natural consequence of rising consciousness.
And this purification, this unveiling, it's not just hidden things, it's showing up on the global stage dramatically. The source says, alliances and power dynamics shift with the swiftness of a summer storm. It adds that established agreements between nations, organizations, or individuals may realign in unexpected ways. We're used to thinking of global power as fixed, top-down, predictable players. This suggests something much more fluid, even unpredictable, is happening.
Exactly. A move away from those rigid, centralized structures. If we get this to the bigger picture, the source directly contrasts those old, rigid top-down hierarchies with a new flow of power. It describes it as akin to resilient, quietly expanding mycelial networks in nature, operating without a central point of control.
Mycelial networks, like mushrooms.
Precisely. It's a crucial distinction, a powerful analogy. Instead of power concentrated at the top, flowing down through directives, it's spreading horizontally now, connecting diverse points without one command center. August's energies, it says, foster cooperation that is horizontal and heart-centered, rather than vertical and control-centered.
Horizontal and heart-centered. I like that.
Think about how those fungal networks communicate, distribute resources through a whole forest, supporting trees, plants. It's truly decentralized, cooperative. There's no boss mushroom, right? The intelligence is distributed. That's the blueprint for this new global structure.
Right.
We're talking collaborations driven by shared values, mutual benefit, solutions emerging organically from interconnected groups, not imposed from above. This horizontal cooperation means decisions by consensus, listening to collective intelligence, prioritizing the whole's well-being. It fosters resilience, adaptability, genuine innovation, because the power isn't bottlenecked, it's flowing freely.
And as a direct result of this horizontal shift, the source highlights previously unseen collaborators stepping forward into the light across the world. Not the usual suspects, it sounds like, not political leaders or CEOs. Instead, it describes councils and communities of creators, farmers, artists, quantum science innovators, healers, and wisdom keepers. And what's striking is these groups transcend old labels of elite or common folk. They operate by resonance of purpose, not rank or title. This is a truly profound shift, isn't it? Genuine change isn't coming from the expected places, but from these grassroots, heart-centered networks. Their power comes from shared vision, vibrational alignment, not status or money.
That's exactly it. They've likely been working diligently, maybe quietly, often underestimated. And now the energy allows them to emerge, connect, become visible forces for good. They are the new architects, you could say, of a more balanced world, operating purely from service and shared intention.
Okay, all of this sounds beautiful, liberating, powerful, shifting individually, globally. But the Source acknowledges, quite compassionately, I think, that this process isn't always easy, not by a long shot. It says that even those deeply committed to the light may experience old patterns rising within ancient resentments, unexpected grief, or lingering feelings of inadequacy. It's actually a real comfort to hear that, isn't it?
It is.
That even if you've been consciously working on yourself, your healing, your journey for years, these old issues, these familiar energies can still resurface. It's important to remember it's not a sign of failure. You haven't gone backward. It's just part of this profound integration process August's energies are facilitating.
Absolutely vital to recognize that. And the Source offers a profoundly compassionate and practical approach. It explains August offers compassionate alchemy for all that arises. Alchemy, not magic out of nothing, but transformation. Turning dense into refined, it gives practical guidance. When emotions surface from within, resist judgment and instead transmute the energy. Meaning, acknowledge the feeling, don't label it good or bad, then actively work with it.
How do you do that? How do you transmute it?
Well, the Source encourages breathing the discomfort through the solar plexus, our center for personal power, emotional processing. It instructs us to allow the breath to carry the dense emotion downwards into Gaia's embrace, where it's then transformed, recycled. It's not about suppressing it or intellectualizing it away. It's conscious processing and release, turning that inner struggle into a direct, tangible contribution for the greater good.
How does that work? My struggle helps others.
Yes, because the act of clearing your own inner shadow, your old emotional baggage, it directly contributes to humanity's collective healing. You release stagnant energy from the collective field. The metaphor of fertile ground for the collective is key. Your released, transmuted energy becomes available for new, positive creations. Not just for you, but for everyone. It's an energetic recycling process. Personal turbulence isn't wasted. It's repurposed for the highest good.
So it follows then that when we do this individual inner clearing, this emotional alchemy, it directly enables innovative forms of governance, education, and community to crystallize. Crystallize upon a foundation liberated from the constraints of past fears. That connection is incredibly powerful, empowering, actually. Our personal work isn't just for us. It directly helps manifest a new, better world for all. Not self-improvement in isolation, but participating in collective evolution, building the future.
Precise. It's deeply interconnected.
Now, this next point is really insightful, especially for those of us who might feel confused, maybe even set back, when those old patterns resurface. Despite years of spiritual work, the Source specifically addresses starseeds, or deeply conscious individuals who maybe believed one dark night of the soul would complete their inner work, only to find an old pattern, an old loop, reappear unexpectedly. It's so easy to get frustrated then, feel like you failed, thinking, I should be beyond this by now.
Well, absolutely. And this raises a profoundly important question. How do we understand these recurring patterns without just getting frustrated? The Source clarifies a crucial distinction. Ascension is not a straight ascent to a singular summit. It is a spiraling journey, a vortex with ever-expanding orbits.
A spiral, not a ladder.
Exactly. Think of a spiral staircase. You pass the same window on each floor, but you're always higher up, right? With a broader perspective, each time a familiar theme, an old pattern revisits you, you encounter it from a more elevated perspective because you have grown. This re-encounter provides this invaluable opportunity to reclaim fragmented aspects of your soul.
Reclaim fragmented aspects. And what does that mean in practice?
It means parts of your consciousness, your energy, that might have been suppressed, wounded, split off during past experiences, maybe even past lives, are now ready to be reintegrated. So say you've always struggled with feeling unworthy. A new version of that feeling might arise, but this time you have new inner resources, wisdom from previous cycles. You can approach it with a new level of compassion, understanding. You can infuse those past experiences with healing light right now.
Okay. So you meet the old pattern with new tools.
Precisely. And this process enables what the Source calls vertical memory integration, where lifetimes of experience stacking like transparent layers, revealing a complete hologram of wholeness. Instead of feeling like isolated trauma struggles, you see them as facets of a unified journey of learning growth. So rather than frustration, each recurrence is an opportunity. Deeper healing, integration, reclaiming more of your authentic power. You're not stuck in a loop, you're spiraling upwards, integrating more of your complete self.
So when a familiar challenge reappears, instead of despair, we should greet it with curiosity, not frustration. And ask ourselves, what nuanced layer of love or forgiveness remains to be applied here? That really shifts the mindset, doesn't it?
Completely.
It emphasizes there is no failure here, only accelerated learning. It's liberating, treating these loops not as setbacks, but as advanced lessons in our spiritual curriculum. Opportunities to refine understanding, expand compassion, become more whole. Every experience holds a hidden gift.
That's the essence of it.
Now let's turn to the physical body. Because the source says our physical bodies are undergoing profound upgrades, literally functioning as living stargates. It lists common, sometimes perplexing experiences many of us can relate to. Unusual sensations, sudden waves of heat or chills, fleeting vertigo or high-pitched tones or ringing frequencies in your ears. I know from listener feedback, so many people feel at least one of these.
Yes, they're very common right now.
And these aren't just random physical quirks, the source says. They're direct signs of these big energetic shifts.
And the source definitively confirms these are not random discomforts, but clear indicators that your cellular antennae are being tuned to higher frequencies. To elaborate, our bodies are complex bioelectrical systems, right? Like a radio antenna, they're being recalibrated to receive and transmit more complex, higher vibrational signals from the cosmos. It goes on to explain that the DNA within you is unfolding its next layer, revealing sequences that enable more direct interaction with the solar plasma light streaming in.
Unfolding its next layer. Wow, DNA activation.
That's what it suggests, a literal biological evolution, a rewiring of our physical forms to better receive and integrate these intense cosmic energies, especially that potent solar plasma light, pure, high-frequency consciousness. Our DNA, holding our blueprint, is activating previously dormant strands or sequences, allowing us to function as more sophisticated energetic receivers and transmitters. This unfolding can manifest as heightened senses, better intuition, a deeper cellular connection to universal energy. It's like upgrading your internal operating system to run more advanced programs, connect to a faster network.
And with these intense upgrades, this influx of light, hydration becomes way more than just a basic wellness tip. It evolves to a sacred practice. The source emphasizes water infused with intention, and love acts as a liquid software update for your body, carrying cosmic light codes to every cell and organ yearning for renewal.
Liquid software update, I like that.
Yeah. So the advice is drink pure water abundantly and bless it before consumption, seeing it as golden light nourishing you. It's not just about drinking enough water physically, it's conscious consumption, recognizing water's profound capacity as a carrier of information, energy, becoming a living conduit for these new light codes, transforming a simple act into a powerful daily ritual of integration.
And alongside that, the vagus nerve, which the source calls your body's master regulator of calm, is assuming an expanded role. The vagus nerve is critical in our nervous system, brainstem to abdomen, influencing heart rate, digestion, mood, stress response. Its expanded role suggests it's becoming even more central to maintaining inner equilibrium amidst all this external energetic turbulence.
So how do we work with the vagus nerve?
The source specifically recommends breathing exercises that lengthen the exhale. This simple practice directly signals safety, serenity to your nervous system. It downregulates the fight or flight response, promotes profound calm. It's a practical, immediate tool for inner stability. By consciously engaging this nerve through intentional breath, you broadcast peace throughout your body. This allows you to handle the incoming light more gently, rather than feeling overwhelmed or, disoriented. The more chaotic or intense things feel externally, the more accessible inner stability becomes through these simple practices, creating an internal anchor point, allowing you to stay centered even when everything feels like it's spinning.
Okay, physical changes, global shifts. And now, grief. As if that wasn't enough to navigate. The source forecasts a powerful wave of collective grief moving through humanity in August. And it's not just about current losses, world events. It encompasses long-suppressed sorrows from across lifetimes seeking acknowledgement and release. It's enormous, isn't it? We're not just grieving our immediate stuff, but deep, ancestral, even past life sorrows surfacing for resolution.
It is enormous. And what's profoundly fascinating here is the concept that we, as spiritual beings, carry memories of countless lives and lineages in our energetic blueprint.
Yeah.
So some of the sadness rising might feel unfamiliar because it belongs to ancient aspects of yourself. It cites powerful examples: the Atlantean guardians mourning misuse of crystal energies, the Lemurian souls longing for pure telepathic connection, the medieval sages lamenting lost knowledge. All these streams of unexpressed sorrow from humanity's past are converging now, asking to be honored, released.
Oh, I know.
August's accelerated field, the source says, provides a safe, contained, intensely purifying environment for this profound collective catharsis. It's like a clearing of historical trauma to make way for a lighter future.
And the message for us dealing with this wave.
It's incredibly compassionate, utterly liberating. Let the tears flow. Explicitly. Don't judge them, don't suppress them, because the salt of your tears is a sacred solvent dissolving hardened karmic pain. It paints this beautiful alchemical picture. Your tears are met by rays of healing light, what it calls helical fire, or the sunlight of spirit. Together, water and fire create an iridescent steam carrying the essence of your released grief back to your oversoul and to source, where it's transmuted into wisdom and compassion.
Wow. So crying isn't weakness, it's alchemy.
Precisely. A powerful, energetic alchemy happening right within you, transforming pain into insight, empathy. And to support this consciously, the source suggests conscious grieving rituals. They don't have to be complex. Simple things. Toning soothing sounds that resonate with you. Playing singing bowls near water to amplify the release. Maybe drawing or writing your feelings, then offering the paper to fire, symbolizing release, transformation. Or just sitting by the ocean, letting its rhythm echo and absorb your lament.
These sound very grounding.
They are. Such acts, done with intention, accelerate purification, provide a physical outlet for that emotional energy. And as these deep layers of sorrow lift, they naturally create sacred space for divine joy to flow. Not fleeting happiness, but the serene, deep warmth that comes from knowing nothing truly beautiful is ever lost, just transformed.
Moving from the deep emotional to the mental landscape now, the source highlights another big challenge. We're challenged to transcend analysis and embrace openness and wonder. It explains how old paradigms and narratives are collapsing under the weight of truth. And this rapid, unprecedented change is outpacing the logical mind's ability to comprehend, categorize, and control.
Yeah, the mind struggles with this level of flux.
Exactly. Leading to what the source calls paradigm paralysis. That overwhelmed, stuck feeling when you try to intellectually grasp every new, unsettling development, or when your old mental models just don't fit anymore, like trying to understand quantum physics with Newtonian laws.
Precisely. So instead of succumbing to paralysis or forcing your mind into an outdated mode, the source advises giving the mind a new task. Become a cartographer of wonder, not a warden of certainty.
Cartographer of wonder. I love that phrase.
It's a fundamental shift in the mind's role, isn't it? A warden controls, limits, keeps things within known boundaries. A cartographer of wonder explores, maps new territories, records what they see without immediate judgment, charts the unknown. Encourage your intellect to map new ideas, dreams, and visions, instead of forcing it to secure every fact, control every outcome, fit everything into a box.
So less analysis, more creative exploration.
Exactly, allowing a different, more fluid function for the mind, one that's more aligned with these unfolding energies. The mind observes, records, even imagines, rather than judging, restricting, solving. Letting your intellect play a supportive role in discovering possibilities, not being the sole judge of what's real or possible. This enhances mental flexibility, allows for greater intuition.
So practically, how do we encourage this?
Well, specific creative mental practices. The source suggests journal flashes of insight or inspiration as they come, without needing to fully understand them right away.
Just capture them.
Yes, or sketch symbols from dreams. A visual way to externalize inner wisdom. Another practice. Engage in inner dialogues with your intuition. Consciously ask questions, listen for subtle answers within. These practices keep the mind engaged, active in a productive, expansive way, without allowing the ego to seize control out of fear. By demanding certainty or resisting the unknown, it's harnessing the mind's power productively, not fearfully.
That makes sense. Keep it busy with wonder.
And furthermore, the source strongly recommends scheduling deliberate, no-input zones. Crucial periods away from the constant barrage of external information, news, social media, even intense spiritual teachings, or too much content consumption.
Turn it off for a bit.
Yes. In these quiet intervals, simply breathe, meditate, walk in nature, or rest. The intention is giving your brain a vital chance to recalibrate, to hear sources' subtler signals, often drowned out by external noise. In that stillness, innovative connections spark. Solutions that eluded you while frantically trying to figure it all out surface gently, intuitively. August, the source says, profoundly rewards balancing active creation with receptive stillness, because doing and being are two petals of the same lotus.
Beautiful.
Your full potential, your deepest wisdom, needs both action and quiet contemplation to bloom. These no-input zones are where integration truly happens, accessing higher wisdom, creative solutions.
Let's shift focus now to our connection with Earth itself. which the source says is undergoing its own powerful transformation. It states, Earth's energy body is dancing in unexpected ways, noting unusual phenomena like sudden Schumann resonance spikes, vibrant auroras appearing unusually far south or north, or disruptions in electronic systems and satellites. These aren't just random occurrences, are they? The source presents them as direct indicators of a major planetary recalibration.
Exactly. And what's truly fascinating is the explanation given. They indicate Gaia's Kundalini is rising and uncoiling. Kundalini, often described as primal energy in humans, but here it's Earth's own life force, its spiritual energy awakening, moving upwards through its energetic system. This rising energy means planetary energy grids are shifting to support higher consciousness, actively activating certain geographic points, mountain passes, river confluences, ancient sacred sites.
Activating points on Earth.
Yes. The source suggests if you find yourself living near or feeling an inexplicable pull towards these newly activated nodes, you may be balancing the energy lines there. Implying some of us are literally here as energetic facilitators, consciously or unconsciously helping integrate and anchor these shifting planetary energies. Your physical presence, your grounded energy, helps stabilize these highly charged locations, allowing a smoother flow of this rising planetary consciousness. It's a very active role, even if you don't realize it.
And building on that, being Earth's energy workers, it goes on to say some of us will feel an urge to relocate or travel temporarily without fully knowing why. The urging is clear. Trust those soul impulses, because you are Earth's energy workers and your movements are often guided by a higher intelligence for a planetary purpose. So those unexplained urges to move, visit somewhere, they might be part of a larger, divinely orchestrated energetic mission, not just a personal whim.
That's the implication. Your inner compass guiding you where your energetic presence is most needed to support Gaia's awakening. And to consciously engage with this connection, the source gives a simple, potent ceremony. Place bare feet on soil or grass, lay palms on a rock or tree trunk, breathe with intention, and send love into the land. Then, importantly, be still, be receptive. The source says you'll feel the land respond in gentle pulses, a communication more felt than heard, because you are like a tuning fork harmonizing human consciousness and Earth.
A tuning fork?
This simple act isn't just symbolic. It creates a shining filament in the global light web, linking awakening souls, sacred sites. It effectively smooths the swells of incoming energy so humanity navigates these shifts more gracefully. By grounding yourself, sending love, you act as a bridge, allowing high frequencies from cosmos to integrate more harmoniously with Earth's grid, allowing Earth's rising Kundalini to flow more gently through the collective. It's a direct, physical way to participate in the planet's ascension.
This powerful discussion of Earth, its energy shifts, brings us to what the source calls the absolute core theme of this whole message: sovereign co-creation. And it makes an incredibly crucial, deeply empowering statement. No grand cosmic event or being is coming to save humanity against its will. You are your own saviors, and you are far from powerless.
Wow. That fundamentally shifts the narrative, doesn't it? From passively waiting for rescue to actively being the change, acknowledging our power, our responsibility.
It really does, and it immediately raises an important question for many. Well, what about external catalysts then? Like solar flares, revelations of hidden truths, economic rebalancing, or global events. Things often discussed as turning points. The source presents these not as external saviors or events we passively endure, but as mirrors reflecting collective vibrational choices and thresholds humanity has reached.
Mirrors. So it's not about waiting for external rescue. It's profoundly about embodying the frequency of the world you wish to live in, right here, right now. When enough of us consistently radiate the conviction, the inner knowing, that a peaceful, abundant, loving reality is truly possible, not just a dream. That collective consensus vibration calls forth and crystallizes, matching external circumstances. It reassures us. Earth has indeed chosen an ascending trajectory, meaning the foundational choice for a positive, high-frequency future is already vibrationally secured. Our role: align with it, embody it.
And the task now is perseverance. The source advises August will continue to surprise and challenge you, so expect the unexpected. But it encourages us. Greet each twist with the knowing smile of someone who remembers that they helped write this play.
That's a truly profound perspective, isn't it?
Yeah.
That deep in your soul, you recall designing some plot twists as catalysts for awakening.
It encourages finding this unshakable peace, even a playful mastery, in remembering that. Seeing chaos not as random destruction, but as part of a divine plan. We ourselves, at a soul level, help design for our growth, for the collective's evolution. We came here for this adventure.
It's a powerful invitation to mastery. moving from victimhood to conscious authorship of your experience. Every single day, you consciously choose love over fear, compassion over judgment, and creation over stagnation. You actively exercise your sovereignty. You directly co-create with higher realms a brighter reality. This is the very essence of the spiritual opportunity before us in August and beyond. It's not passive waiting. It's active, conscious, moment-by-moment participation in birthing a new reality. Through the power of our choices, our internal state, your inner world is literally shaping your outer reality and the world around you.
So given all these profound shifts, how do we live this practically? Day by day in our complex world. The Source talks about spiritual living as making your inner state your connection to Source the starting point for all decisions rather than the external noise. Not withdrawing, but anchoring so deeply within first that your actions flow from clarity, calm, connection, not reaction to chaos. Pausing before acting, tuning in.
Yeah. In a world accelerating with magnetics and energies, the Source cautions distractions will multiply, pulling for your attention, your energy. The remedy, a consistent, rhythmic return to your inner sanctuary. It offers a simple, profound guide. Close your eyes even for a minute and bring your focus down to a point just below your navel, the body's energetic center, the hara. Then breathe slowly, deeply into this area until you can sense the heartbeat of the earth in your own heartbeat.
Connecting earth and self.
Exactly. This practice isn't escapism. It's a powerful, conscious reconnection, plugging into the true source of your life force, your wisdom. In this sacred inner space, any sense of lack, urgency, anxious striving, it dissolves into the profound understanding the universe already knows your needs, is providing in perfect timing. Prayers transform from urgent requests into quiet, receptive listening, allowing divine guidance to flow effortlessly.
And in this state of alignment, this inner connection, a profound stillness fills you, a calm transcending circumstances. From this stillness, a gentle certainty will arise and whisper to you all that is required is already unfolding in perfect timing. This, the Source says, doesn't just calm your mind, it literally upgrades your physical system to handle more light and creativity, transforming you into a powerful conduit of higher frequency, able to walk through the outer turmoil as the calm center of the storm.
Wow, the calm center.
It's about leading by example, not by force, but by resonance. Others might not get ascension or energy dynamics intellectually, but they'll instinctively feel a natural ease, a calm in your presence. They'll be inspired by your unshakable centeredness. You become a beacon of stability without needing to say a word.
That's powerful leadership. Resonance, not rhetoric.
Moving into healing now. The Source offers a radically different, empowering definition of real healing, defining it as less about fixing something broken and more about revealing the wholeness that was always there beneath the illusion of brokenness. Suggesting ailments, conflicts, scarcities, they aren't inherent flaws, but miscreations born of misunderstanding and inherited beliefs, like temporary ripples on a perfect ocean of consciousness.
That's a huge reframe. And what's illuminating here is understanding August's accelerated energies amplify both negative and positive projections. Meaning if you cling to an old judgment or fear, it may rebound and intensify quickly, giving you a swift, undeniable chance to choose differently.
Rapid feedback.
Exactly. Conversely, if you cultivate a compassionate perspective, even in tough situations, its healing influence will spread faster and farther, through your field into the collective. The Source encourages practicing silent beholding, a powerful healing stance from ancient Essene masters. It involves noticing a disturbance, physical symptom, conflict, global issue, then affirming quietly in your heart that behind this appearance, the perfect essence of life remains intact and whole. Not denying reality, but recognizing an underlying fundamental perfection beyond the temporary distortion. So by affirming that underlying wholeness, you withdraw the energy that sustains the problem. You make room for the inherent balance to restore itself. Your shift in perspective literally changes the energetic conditions, allowing a different outcome to manifest. The Source says tissues can mend, relationships can find forgiveness, societies can find new harmony through this shift in conscious perspective. And August's accelerated energy turbocharges this principle of quantum healing. Changes that took months, years might now blossom in days, hours.
Quantum healing.
The powerful call is to keep your heart open with equal mercy to all sides of any polarity.
Oh.
Become a conduit for miracles.
Yeah.
Your own healing inherently sparks healing in others, because at the deepest level, we share the same interconnected field.
Extending this outward now, the Source mentions many listeners likely belong to families, teams, or spiritual circles that are destined to become microcosms of New Earth. the very seeds, the prototypes of how we'll live and interact in this emerging paradigm. Living examples of harmony.
Yes, and a key principle for these new communities to flourish, the source states, is the releasing of blame and the embracing of shared vision. Groups that consciously, consistently foster a blame-free atmosphere, meaning instead of looking for who's at fault, they focus on finding solutions. They'll discover fresh, innovative solutions suddenly appear, where before there were only arguments, skelmates, unproductive conflict cycles. It's about consciously creating a different energetic container for group dynamics, based on collective responsibility, forward momentum, not past grievances.
How do we do that in practice, in gatherings?
Well, simple but incredibly powerful advice. Start your gatherings with a minute of unified silence, or a simple guided meditation. This seemingly small act profoundly tunes everyone present to the same inner frequency of calm and receptivity before any agenda is laid out, which inevitably leads to more coherent, inspired, collaborative conversations, shifting from individual perspectives vying for attention to a shared field of potential collective wisdom.
A simple but profound shift.
And another practical language shift, moving from framing contributions as my opinion to what the insight I have right now. Seems subtle, right? But this small phrasing change helps profoundly loosen the ego's grip on ideas, allows people to voice perspectives without the subtle warfare of needing to be right or prove a point. Instead, it invites a sense that ideas are flowing through the group, arriving in the moment for everyone's benefit, not strictly belonging to one person. Fosters a truly collaborative, ego-less, deeply creative environment where collective intelligence can really shine.
I can see how that would change the whole dynamic. Okay, this last practical tip, incredibly relevant, vital for right now, where information flow often incites strong reactions. The source urges us to resist the bait of outrage when chaotic news or global dramas play out. In our feeds, in conversations, instead of immediately reacting with anger, fear, a conscious pause, a deep, centering breath.
Crucial pause. And in that pause, instead of reacting with anger, fear, judgment, the source suggests you consciously send a blessing or a hopeful intention into the situation. For example, internally saying, "May everyone involved awaken to their highest good and wisdom," or "May peace and clarity prevail." This isn't naive spiritual bypassing. It's described as a powerful quantum command, operating energetically, soul to soul.
Of quantum command.
In August, refined, accelerated energy, these seemingly small internal micro-blessings accumulate rapidly, like deposits in a collective spiritual bank account that earns exponential interest.
Wow! Exponential interest on blessings.
Yeah. These small, consistent acts can lead to incredible, seemingly miraculous outcomes collectively. The source says they can manifest as diplomatic breakthroughs, unexpected acts of compassion between former adversaries, creative solutions to long-standing social issues. These shifts sprouting seemingly out of nowhere, watered by the cumulative effect of many hearts quietly sending love instead of hate.
That's incredibly hopeful.
It is. And the source offers a powerful reminder. You, as starseeds and light bearers, did not come here to win the old game of conflict. You came to gently but firmly show a new way to birth an entirely new playing field, where the true victory is a life where all beings thrive together. It's about being a living example of a different way forward.
Okay. As we wrap up this really profound deep dive, let's look beyond just the intensity of August. The source frames this month not just as shifts, but as an intensive training ground for the ongoing journey of ascended living, highlighting that your capacity to remain centered, heart-guided, and buoyant will increase with each experience you navigate consciously and intentionally. It's not a one-off event, a destination. It's continuous, evolving flow of higher consciousness integrating into our lives. And to support this journey, it reiterates those foundational, potent habits: drinking blessed living water, eating natural high-vibration foods, constantly connecting with the sun's energy, consistently filling your mind with inspiring words, uplifting music, moments of beauty, are anchors in the storm.
Absolutely. And to really anchor these new experiences, reinforce your path. The source suggests keeping a miracle journal or ledger of grace. Each day, just take a moment. Note down any sign of support from the unseen realms, a timely synchronicity, spontaneous healing, clear intuition that proved true, or just a profound feeling of love, peace. Recording these anchors them into your reality and powerfully trains your awareness to notice more positive orchestration, fostering hopeful expectancy.
Training awareness for grace.
Yes. It also emphasizes joy is one of your greatest compasses now. When you serve, create, or just engage with life in ways that genuinely bring you joy, you're aligning with your highest path. and simultaneously lighting the way for others, subtly illuminating the path for those still finding their footing. Joy becomes a vibrational beacon.
And crucially, the Source encourages us to actively celebrate every step of progress, no matter how small. Celebration, it says, is an energetic declaration of gratitude that tells your body, your subconscious, and the entire universe, yes, this is what I welcome more of. Witness an act of kindness. Notice an improvement in yourself or the world. Achieve a small victory over a negative habit. Pause. Acknowledge it deeply, genuinely. August's powerful energies respond to genuine celebration like flowers respond to gentle rain. Opening up, releasing fragrance, multiplying. Gratitude creates expansion.
So beautifully put. So by consciously treating even the challenging moments, the setbacks, as valuable compost that can nourish new growth, you fundamentally step out of the mindset of curse or doom. You step fully into the mindset of the wise gardener of life. Remember, from the richest compost arise the most vibrant blooms. This earth, this grand theater we souls courageously chose for this unprecedented experiment in awakening. It's now eager to show the full spectrum of beauty, power that each of you carries within. You planted seeds of light here and in yourselves long before you ever incarnated this time. Now, the season of flowering is at hand. Stand tall in who you are, rooted deeply in love, reaching for the stars. The harvest time has truly begun.
So what does this all mean for you as you navigate this powerful, transforming time?